Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys my go-to day, which is this one here, and this nighttime look. I used the Tarte Aspyn Ovard palette for both of the looks. Just super easy to use. It's almost all in one. I did use a different highlighter because that Charlotte Tilbury though. But if you want to see how I created both looks using that palette, just keep watching. For my foundation, I'm going to go in with the new Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. This is a 24-hour foundation. I am testing this out. But today, I want to try it mixed in with the Makeup Forever HD. The shade I have is Y245. I am doing a review on this foundation, so I believe that will probably be going up before this does. So yeah, just go ahead and check for that. I'll probably leave it in the description box if I can remember. I usually just kind of pick whatever foundation I need, like on the daily. If I want something a little bit more dewy, I'll go with Luminous Silk or my Skin Caviar from La Prairie. I love my Dior Face and Body. I've been grabbing for that a lot. It just depends. So like I switch up my foundation. It's mainly just like the eyeshadow and lip kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just going to use this one today, or this mixture today. For my concealer, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Concealer, and I have the shade Vanilla. To set my under eye, Huda Beauty Baking Powder. The shade is Pound Cake. I always start on my pores, and then the excess I bring up underneath the eye. I do that because I don't want a bunch of powder right under this area right here. For the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the La Mer Loose Powder. Now this might seem excessive, but I take that powder on my sponge and I apply it to my nose. So I'll bake with this powder instead of the Huda because I like the more radiant finish on my nose, but I don't like that on my pores. And I find that if I apply it on my nose like this, it just looks way smoother than it does if I do it with a brush. And then I'm taking that powder on the rest of my face, always starting at the bottom and then excess from my brush on my forehead and wipe away the bake. For my bronzer, I'm going to go in with Anastasia's Rosewood. I've been reaching for this quite a bit recently. This is a Zoeva 127. I kind of go back and forth with my bronzers. Like I'll wear one and then I'll switch it up and then I'll go right back to it. But I have definitely my favorite four. The Tantastic from Marc Jacobs. Have to be careful with that one. It does have cornstarch. Didn't realize. So I can still wear it. I just can't wear it for like a week straight. And then the one from Jouer, the Duo. Love that one, the light medium. This one and the one from the Balm. I think it's called Oliver now. I keep wanting to call it Oscar because that's what it started out as. And then because I don't want to put the bronzer on my nose because it's a little too warm, I'm going to go in with this from By Terry. It's the Compact Expert Dual Powder in the shade number 4. And I'm going with this outside shade and a Tom Ford number 11. And I'm not super precise. I just kind of work it on both sides of my nose and then up on each side and on the sides of my nostrils. Now I'm going to be dipping into the Tarte palette for my eyes and my cheeks. This is the Aspyn Ovard palette, and I'm going to take the blush in here and a Kylie number 3. I think my voice just cracked. Now I'm going to spray my face a little bit of MAC Fix Plus just because I want the powders to sink into my face before I add another powder and my highlight. Then for highlight, I'm going to reach outside of the palette just because I've been so in love with this. You could obviously use that one, but I'm going in with this one. And I'm going to use my Anastasia A23 because my Linda Hallberg brush is getting washed. So I'm going to mix the lightest and darkest shade. Take a little bit of the excess on my chin. And then I'm going to go in with just the lightest shade on my nose. And now I'm going to go in and buff Sisley powder, of course. And I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk large powder brush. I've still really been liking this. I just want to keep testing it and make sure that it doesn't fall apart. but it's really, really soft. And now I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'm sticking with this palette here. I already primed, so I used my Tarte Shape Tape to prime my eyes, and then I set it with this shade right here called Married Life. Starting off with High School Sweetheart on a Sonia G Worker 2. I'm taking it kind of flat and applying it all over the lid, and then I'm going to start working it just right up into the crease. If you're curious about my brows, I know I didn't do those on camera, I always have them linked. I have a tutorial on them, and they're always linked in the description box. I'm just taking this, bringing it all the way up, because it's such a light shade, like you really just can't go wrong. It's so easy to do. And then I do add just a little bit more on the lid and blend one more time before I do the lower lash line. MAC 221 in that same shade. I'm putting it underneath the lower lash line, just being kind of messy with it. This really opens your eye back up. Wayne Goss number 5 and Road Trip. I'm just going to kind of stamp this messily right at the lash line and then blend it upward. This is going to create just a little bit of a shadow and make your lashes look a little thicker. Same thing on the lower lash line, just right up against those lashes. MAC 228, I'm taking the highlighter from the palette and I'm putting it right on the inner corner. I really like to kind of bring it up right here as well. You don't have to, I just like the effect. And then you could also put this at the brow arch, but I'm going to keep it matte today. And then my last step is to take Nars Veneto or any black liner you want, and I'm putting this on the top inner rim, 3/4 of the way in. I don't go all the way to the inner corner because the black just being on the outer half or outer 3/4 will make it look just a little bit more flared. So I just added on mascara. I've got the Balm Mad Lash on top and then MAC Gigablack on the bottom. Same old, same old. If you want to know about my lashes and how I applied all that, I'll leave that video down below too. And now for my lipstick. So during the day, like sometimes I'll wear nude, but most of the time I like to do this kind of look and then a bold lip. And then at night I kind of reverse it. I will do a nude lip and a more bold eye. So I'm going to show you guys my 3 favorites, and then I still don't even know which one I'm going to wear. So the first one is Nars Grace. This is the Audacious lipstick formula. And I love this color. You've seen me wear this before. It's like a coral pink, very bright, very bold. This is a new one that I really love, and it's from Pat McGrath, and it's the Luxe Trance in Apricot. I've worn this one as well. This is definitely more coral. Let's see it there. And then the last one, I think this one's limited edition, but oh my god, it's so pretty. This is Saffron Fire from Bite Beauty. I'm going to put this underneath. So it's just a little bit more intense than the Pat McGrath one. I think I'm going to go with Saffron Fire. But you can wear whatever. You can wear a red with this. You can wear a nude with this. You can wear a brown. You can wear just about anything you wanted to with this makeup. So I'm just going to go with, I got to use Saffron Fire. Tom Ford Flame. I should have mentioned that one too. Tom Ford Flame is an orangey red. That would be really pretty. And this is my finished daytime go-to look. So let's go ahead and move on to my nighttime. Moving on to the nighttime look, this is exactly the same face makeup. The only thing that has changed is that instead of mixing, I am using just the Makeup Forever Matte Skin Velvet, whatever that stuff is, because I'm doing the review today. So that's the only thing that's changed. Everything else is literally exactly the same. And then this eye is one of my absolute favorites. Like in general, I love this eye and it works on everybody, every eye color, so easy to do. So let's go ahead and jump straight into that. Starting off, I have primed my eyes with Tarte Shape Tape, but I have not set it. I'm going to set my brow arch and into the crease with Married Life on a MAC 252, but I am not going to set the lid. With the MAC 242, I'm going to take Wonderlust and I'm going to start tapping this all over the lid. And the reason why I did it this way is because I don't want to wet the shadow, but I want it to be more intense. So I'm going straight on to the base. And I have powder under my eyes because traditionally when I've done this look, I've gotten a little bit of fallout and I've already had my makeup done. So I'm trying to prevent a mess. Just going all the way up to the crease. Yes, you're going to have a harsh line to begin with. Zoeva 227 and Tea Time. I'm starting on the outer half, and I'm going to just start blending this upward and then into the crease as my transition shade. And it's also going to start blending out that line of the lash shade we did. Taking that same shade on a MAC 221 and applying it to the lower lash line. MAC 224 and Santorini Sands. I'm just dusting this right around the edge just to help blend it out. Back in with that MAC 221 and Wonderlust. I'm applying this into the crease, and then when I have a less amount of product on my brush, I'm just slightly and very lightly bringing it upward. This is going to help blend, so I'm going to reapply it to the lid again. Taking that back on the MAC 242, I'm just reapplying it to the lid to intensify it. Stellium 716, and I am applying this right up against the lower lash line. With my finger, I'm taking a little bit of Endless Summer and I'm applying it to the lid, just in the center. MAC 242 and the Pure Soul Highlighter. I'm going to highlight my brow arch and the inner corner. Nars via Veneto on the inner rim, all the way from back to front. MAC Costa Riche on the inner lower rim. Gonna go back in with Costa Riche and just smudge this on the top lash line. Smudging it out with a MAC 221. I'm doing the same thing to the lower lash line, and then I'm going to add mascara and be done. Like I said, just mascara on the lashes, and then I went ahead and lined my lips with MAC Strip Down, and now I'm going to top it off with Tom Ford Sable Smoke. And that is the final look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed both the day and the nighttime. Let me know which one is your favorite down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.